Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Marquita here with Late Nights Early Mornings. I hope that you're able to see me quite well. As you can see, I am in a not necessarily new location. I'm still in my living room, as all my videos pretty much are. I'm just sitting on my sofa versus the side chair that I was in the past few videos, and you can see behind me is the desk where I typically film with the plants in the background, so you can still see me. And honestly, I'm hoping this light works as just the lamp that's near me. I didn't feel like setting up the ring light because I'm not going to be on here that long, but I know that my uploads have been a little bit out of sorts in terms of like not posting in the regular times, and there are a few reasons for that. One being because the past 2 weekends, I was celebrating my homecomings, one for my undergrad, one for my grad school, and they're in two different places. As you guys know, I live in Northern Virginia. I went to grad school at Howard University, which is in DC, and I'm only a few minutes away from that campus. Their homecoming was a couple weekends ago, and so, or not just my my homecoming was a couple weeks ago. And again, as you know, like most things, this is kind of the first year since the pandemic that homecoming happened, and I don't think I had been to maybe the past year or two before that. So it's really been a while since I went to a homecoming for that school, even though I was in the area. And then my other homecoming, excuse me guys, it is a little bit late, but my other homecoming for my undergrad alma mater was just this past weekend, and so I was down there, and that's North Carolina A&T, located in Greensboro, North Carolina. And so of course I drove down on Friday and came back on Sunday. Not too bad of a drive, about 4.5 hours. On the way back, traffic was great, and I had already taken Monday off for work because I wasn't sure if I was going to come back on Monday or whatever. But one thing that I've learned, especially as I've gotten older, is to give myself a day between my return date from traveling and work. So like if I come back on a Sunday, I take that Monday off just so I can recover and get myself together. Whatever the case may be, I just learned to give myself that extra day. It was just the fact that I had 2 weekends full of activities and socializing, and as an introvert, that can be very draining, and not necessarily in a negative way, but if you're an introvert, we have to recharge. So even if you're not necessarily interacting with a lot of people, just being in a large social setting or in a social setting, being out and about, like, moving and grooving, like that really drains our energy, and our meaning introverts energy. So for me, having 2 weekends like that where I was out and about, around people, and again, all good times, all worth it, but just me, like I was drained. And so I think, and then having work, this is our busiest quarter, the end of the quarter, Q4. So not really having that break in work, having literally like 4 to 5 days where I was in live sessions, sometimes full 8 hours with like literally no break, not even like lunch, because I have like 30 minutes between 2 sessions that go back to back, and that's if the session before it ends directly on time. But that 30 minutes also includes time that I have to do some other prep work before, and the wrap up work that I have to do for the after session, which is like posting the recording and emailing the facilitator some things and all of that. So it's really not even 30 minutes. I literally have like no break on those days. So like today was one of those days. So I did 8 hours straight on the computer in an active, engaged 2 sessions, back to back, 2 different topics and all of that, but 2 different sessions, trainings, whatever. So on days like that, I am typically drained, and I don't usually leave the house. So like today I didn't leave the house. So I'll say all that to say, like, having that type of week and like having like literally 3 to 4 days of that on top of having not recharging on the weekends, which is typically what I do. I typically relax on the weekends. I don't do anything, I'm not on a schedule. I get up when I feel like it. If I need to run errands, I do that. And sometimes I try and do that during the week, because the weekends is when everybody's running errands. And even just being in crowded stores, not because of COVID, because even before COVID, I was not a fan of crowded stores, because I just get annoyed. Like, humans can sometimes be annoying when it comes to trying to get things done and just being inconsiderate. So all of that and having like 2 back-to-back jam-packed weekends of like fun yet energy draining, my body was just like, yeah, you're pushing 40, not 30. So the things that you used to do in your 20s, that like mid-20s, that you could bounce back from real quick, yeah, don't quite work like that in your mid-30s. But so Monday I took completely off, and I literally slept. I had to force myself to get up, go take a shower, fix something to eat, and then I just basically moved from the bed to out in my living room and laid on the sofa and just kind of watched TV. I think I went in and out of sleep that day, and I wasn't feeling 100%. I think I may have picked up a touch of food poisoning, not a severe case. It just like lasted like 1 or 2 days from maybe the weekend, because we ate from a lot of tailgates, and I don't think it was anything like bad, like none of the food. I didn't feel bad like that day or even on Sunday, but Monday I felt a little and I just noticed that things were processing a little quicker than usual in that department. So I think that's why I say it was just a little touch of something, not anything super major, and thankfully that has resolved itself. And I didn't even take any like Pepto-Bismol or anything like that. So that's why I said like very just a hint, a little touch, maybe just one little thing that didn't agree with my body. Or it could have just been the fact that I typically do more cooking, and maybe I have been eating different things, and my body's like change. And as you get older, your body and change does not always agree. So I don't know if it was any of that. So I'm still recovering from just all the activity for the past 2 weekends, getting over that. I was kind of fatigued. I think that was probably the worst impact that had, and then maybe a little dehydrated, but that's, I think, up to date. I do need to get more water just in general, but I think all of that's resolved, and I'm definitely not feeling as fatigued. I definitely had a lot of energy today, even after working a full day. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go make this video for everybody. So I'm definitely feeling better, and I think that hopefully I'll be feeling, I would love to be 100% by Monday. Today is Thursday. It's Thursday night. It's almost Friday. Actually, it is after 12 now, so it is technically Friday, at least on the East Coast. But I'm hoping that after this weekend, I will be back to myself, and that my body will be functioning as it should, and it will not be driving me insane. Because right now, I'm pretty much okay. But as a lady, having those lady days, but I hope that wraps up too this weekend, because it brings its own set of fun. And so that, all of that, plus the busy weekend, plus the possible food poisoning, just plus life, has had me like drained. So hopefully I'll be able to film this weekend. I definitely have, I'm doing a Sephora haul. For those who have been watching, that it is the Sephora holiday sale. So if you're a VIB, I'm a VIB member, so I'll get a little discount off my purchase, and I have my cart ready. I just gotta go through and make some final selections. So I'll be ordering that. So hopefully next week, depending on how quick it gets here, next week or very soon, you'll see that haul coming. I do have a couple other things that I want to review with you guys. My book review is coming as well. For the month, I would say I was going to do like a monthly book review. I definitely will be doing that probably this week or beginning of next week, because I'm wrapping up the last bit of that. So that'll be coming soon. And yes, this Sunday I will have an arrow garden update for you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna add houseplants in there, but I definitely have an arrow garden update for you. But last but not least, the main reason that I got on here was to talk about this gratitude journal. Now, those of you probably that watched my TJ Maxx haul probably saw this, because I actually picked this up from Home Goods, but I tossed this in at the end because they're under the same umbrella anyway. This was a $5 gratitude journal that I picked up from Home Goods, and I had been looking for one that was nice, but wasn't $1 billion, because for some reason on Amazon and some other places they were like $1 billion. But I think gratitude journals have become like kind of trendy, so of course trendy things become expensive. So $4.99 was a good price for this. This one says choose joy every day. It's kind of got that leather, like a book like cover, which I like, and it has a lot of positive affirmations all throughout the journal. And just to give you an idea of what the page looks like, and this is what all of the like written pages look like for the daily. So you have like, you put your date here, and then it has a few guiding questions here that you answer. And then the back page of it is like the open-ended where you really do a reflection, and it says thoughts from today. And that's what each page looks like. So you can start at any time because it's not dated. You create the date there. But the questions here are: what was the best part of your day? What are you feeling grateful for? What act of self-care have you incorporated into your day? How do you take action toward a goal? And did you spend a little kindness? Did you spread a little kindness today? And I love that even in that question, it doesn't leave room for negativity because the options are yes or not yet. So even with that, it's still keeping it positive, because even if, let's say, you haven't spread a little kindness today, you're not going to say like, no, I haven't. It's going to be like, not yet. Haven't done it yet, but I can. And so those are kind of shorter, open-ended, like short answer questions is what I would consider them. And then your true reflection will be on that second page where you fill this out. And the questions there for thoughts from today are: were you able to find a bright side on a hard day? What would you like to make more time for? And what do you need to hear? And I think that is a great reflection, or those are great reflection questions that we could all think of, because sometimes we just have bad days and we don't, it could be something really small that happened that was good, but then the rest of the day was crap. And so that's the thing that we focus on. And so I think when you actually have that question, you have to stop and think and say, okay, what good thing happened to me today? Can be very beneficial. And also, what would you like to make more time for? And I think that's also important. And what do you like? What do you need to hear? So in other words, like that could be from other people. And it may even be like a message to yourself, kind of like some self-love, or self-encouragement. Like, what do you need to hear to make you happy, to help you be motivated? Like just something positive. Like, what do you need to hear? And the other question, I like this on the first page here, is it asks about taking action toward a goal. And I think for me, that's a great thing because it kind of will help me remember, like, I have goals set, but sometimes I don't, necessarily put any effort or take action on achieving those goals on a regular basis, or kind of like in a benchmark or certain way to where they could be achieved a lot quicker if I did focus on them a little more. So I think having these daily reminders about like goals and about self-care, which again, self-care does not have to be something that you go out and pamper yourself and spend a lot of money. It can be something as simple as taking 5 minutes to do some deep breathing exercises, meditate, eating your favorite candy bar, something that's just for you, that's not necessarily part of your norm. Like, for example, I watch TV pretty much every day. So while I might be watching my favorite show or movie or whatever, like that's not considered, that wouldn't consider that self-care, because that's something I can do every day. Like, it's not special. It's not something I have to say, like, let me arrange that or actually take the time out to do. It's available to me anytime. However, if I do something like, say I do a little extra skincare routine, like maybe I give myself a little pampering face mask or something like that in the evening, like that's self-care. And I mean, I already have some face masks, so for me, I don't have to buy anything, but you can get one for a couple dollars, if that. Or maybe just sitting down and relaxing, like not doing absolutely nothing. That is a form of self-care as well. Just clearing your head, doing nothing. And if you don't typically get to do that, that's self-care. And making time to do nothing, that's actually something that it's sad that our society is at that point where we actually have to schedule in doing nothing. So that's something that I think is good that this book will do. And I also think that this will be a good book for one, possibly setting New Year's resolutions or goals. However, some people don't call them resolutions or don't like that term, but however you kind of think about or set things, like if you say in 2023, because that's only a couple months away, as crazy as that might sound, in 2023 I want to do these things. Like looking at something like this gratitude journal, like once I start this today, and again, like I said, in the month of November, people tend to be more reflective on things they're thankful for. Like November seems to be like the month where people give thanks. Some people do a daily, like what I'm thankful for or grateful for type situation. And so that's why I wanted to start my gratitude journal this month in November. And of course, I'm going to continue beyond that. But I think this will be really helpful for me to kind of think about and reflect on, one, what's currently going on in my life, and thinking about what I want for my life going forward, or what things I want to change, keep the same, whatever. And that can help me start setting goals for 2023. I already have some goals for 2023, but I think like having these daily reminders, like, okay, if I'm taking action toward a goal, did I film a video today? Because if my goal is to build my YouTube channel and my social media presence, well, I need to make sure I stay on top of those things. I need to make sure that I am developing my blog, developing my channel, developing my brand. So again, goals. And I will say that I have had some opportunities recently that are coming about, and I am so grateful for them, and they're related to my social media. So hopefully you'll be seeing those in the near future. I've had some brands start reaching out to me, which is awesome. Like, those are things that I need to focus more on, is like being more intentional. So I think a gratitude journal or any type of thing like this is really helpful. And so that's why I wanted to bring it in, because again, it is November, beginning of November, and this is typically a time when we start reflecting on things that we're grateful for or thankful for. And things like a gratitude journal or whatnot can be a great way to reflect on that. And also, like I said, with the new year starting or coming, being so close, I think it's a good way to kind of start seeing patterns. Just within a month or two, you can kind of see your daily patterns and seeing what things need to change, stay the same, improve, whatever the case may be. So that's all I wanted to do, is just kind of hop on and say hi. I'm here, and like I said, hopefully my trend of feeling better will continue going upward. And so this weekend I do plan to film more videos for the things I already had planned out that just didn't have the energy to do. So just catching up on that and making sure that I have the videos, so that even if I do have a off day or whatever, you'll still have content. So I will see those of you who are interested in the plant content, or especially arrow garden content specifically, on Sunday, because I will have a video coming for that for sure. So I'll see you on Sunday. But until then, thanks again for watching. Like I said, I do have a few things coming up. I will have the book review coming, my monthly book review. It's coming up soon. And I'll have a Sephora haul coming soon after I place that order. So whenever that stuff gets here, then I'll be reviewing that and sharing that with you guys as well. So until then, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.